All right. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Tatum. I am so sorry about that. Every time I talked, there was a delay and there was an echo. So if you're tuning in now, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you're tuning in the future, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just it was the the confusion was gonna throw me off, and so I'm gonna get my energy back, and we're gonna reset and restart. And ironically, that is a part of the energy that I'm going to be telling you guys about is about resetting and recharging and recovering, and that's exactly what I just went through. That's kind of ironic. But how's everybody doing? Hi Annie Bear. Hi Ron. Thank you for being here. And sorry about the confusion. Um, One of the first things that I got about our month coming up, or the month we're in, we're in November, is they kept telling me a rocky road, and actually they showed me this road, and it had big boulders and sharp, edgy rocks, and anyway, they this is kind of the path that they showed me that I would much rather it be Rocky Road ice cream than a Rocky Road energy for this month. But anyway, this is what they showed me, and they said that we're just supposed to be cautious this month, and um, be cautious, be careful, and and just remember um, support, to give support, and to accept it, because sometimes accepting the support can be really hard for us, and so support this month is going to be really important, whether you're giving it or receiving it. um, and they're saying just to make sure that you have everything that you need, and the comforts, they said the extra comforts this month are going to be really important. um, Also, they said just do a little check-in with yourself and see. Yeah, Annie Bear, that too is coming up too. That I it kind of a cave month. Um, but they want us to check in and examine our relationships and our friendships. And they said, do they bring us harmony, or do they are they bringing us disharmony or dysfunction? And just to reassess them. I mean, even our best relationships and friendships and all that can, I mean, at times they have harmony, they have disharmony, and they have dysfunction. But just to recess it, to make sure that they said that there's a even balance of energy. Now to the recharge, reset, and recover is what they said. And ironically, that's I had to start the live over because I needed to reset. Um, they want you to give yourself grace this month. That grace is really going to be needed for yourself, and they said that you give grace to others, and it's so important to remember to allow yourself that grace too. And they're saying remember the holidays are right around the corner, so that they said that these next couple weeks are really vital to just to remember to take care of yourself, to to rest when you need to reset like I just did, going out of the live and coming back in, and just to recover. um, they said take your mind, your body, and your soul, take care of your mind, body, and soul, and your immune system this month. They said to make sure that you're eating well and drinking well and getting the proper nutrients and vitamins. I did get that there is going to be an uptick of people exiting the planet later, mid to later part of the month, going into December. Um, they said especially the further we get into the month, but also to remember that there's going to be, new births, coming in. There's going to be babies coming in too. And this was really an important one. And I think all of you kind of know this, but I think it's just kind of a reminder to us that we just really need to be aware of what we're feeding our nervous system. And they said if somebody is disrupting your nervous system, or if there's a situation that's disrupting your nervous system, they said give yourself permission to step back and take a break. And they also said to be aware of what you're watching on TV, on social media, on the internet, because that really affects our nervous system. And when our nervous system gets out of whack and gets hyper, we're like in hypersensitivity mode, that affects our body too, and how we feel. And so they said to remember what we give our attention, that grows. And so to take care of our mental health is just as important as our physical health. And so yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to be reading these off. So I apologize for me looking down. And this Annie, this is, to your comment about, hi KK, thank you for being here. And Teresa, thank you. Ron, thank you. Annie, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so very much. The cave thing that you mentioned, Annie. I was getting that some people just may feel the need to retreat and to allow yourself. If you do feel like you just need to retreat and have quiet time and just quiet your mind, body, and soul, and to give yourself permission to do that. They said that you may also be kind of like dreaming and putting your intentions and getting them in line in order for the 2024. Yes, I love those. And they're all so calming and good, and it's, yeah, I agree. I agree, Annie. And they're saying, I got that, at times, and especially in this time that we're living in, we can really start taking life just really seriously. Um, and they said, don't. We shouldn't be taking life seriously. But of course, we need to be responsible in life. But they said, for the things that we can't control, to surrender to those things. And they said, those things that we can't control that cause us, um, those things that just like grind our gears, that we can't control, that really can be upsetting to us. They said just to learn to laugh at those things. And they said that laughter is one of the best medicines. And they also mentioned that do the five rule. um when we're those things that we can't control and they're upsetting us, to remember, is it going to matter in 5 minutes? Is it going to matter in 5 hours? Is it going to matter in 5 days, 5 months? And just go back and assess it. And I know, even like for myself, there's so many times where I find myself just going, oh, and I use that, and it really does help. Just, oh, Annie Bear, it's the five rule is what I do. Like if there's something that I can't control and it's aggravating me, and but I can't control it. I tell myself, is it going to matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 months, 5 years? And if it's not, just let it go. Laugh at it, and it really helps. And they said just surround yourself with people that laugh a lot, because if you think about it, when we are around people that laugh a lot, or like Annie, you mentioned, even like watching comedies, it it's contagious. I mean, and then when we laugh, we raise our vibration, and when our vibrations raised, I mean that um, is healing to our mind, body, and soul. I also got that you may be having people that you haven't heard from in a while, all of a sudden, just out of the blue, that may be reaching out to you. And they're saying you're in charge. You are in charge of who gets access to your energy. So um, if it's somebody coming out of the woodwork that you want to hear from and that you're excited to hear from, and you're going to know immediately on how you feel. I mean, if you're feeling excited and it's like you're excited to hear from this person, you know that that's a good situation. But if somebody's reaching out to you and you get that icky feeling in your tummy, you know that, to rethink it, rethink it, and there too allowing yourself grace to say, you know what, no, you don't need to respond back to that person. They're also saying that we need to let go of the blame game. They said that sometimes our ego can sometimes play tricks on us, and that this can be a hard one. And even for myself, it's sometimes it's easier just to blame our situation on this or that, and to not take accountability. um, but they said that they want us to know that we are responsible for our lives, and that we're responsible for our happiness. And they said every day we have the opportunity to change our story. And they said being stuck in, this is how I was raised, or this is what my family did, or this is what happened to me. They said that we need to get out of that. We can't be stuck in that crud, because that lowers our vibration and it slows down our growth and our ascension process. Um, they said, even the good that's happened to us, the bad that's happened to us, they said, look at it, that all of this stuff has happened for our highest good, that it's happening for us, not to us. And I also got that for November, our heart chakra. Hey Rossi, hi. Our heart chakra this month is going to be really important for us to take extra care of. Our heart chakra, our throat chakra, and our solar plexus. They said that we really need to be gentle with ourselves this month, and to take care of our heart. And they said our throat chakra, we have to remember to speak up for ourselves, that if you feel like you're being a doormat or whatnot, that you need to speak up for yourself and speak your truth with kindness, and speak from your heart, because those chakras are right next to each other. And then right down from that is our solar plexus, which they said to remember our gut health this month. And they said no stuffing our emotions, that to be sure to let those out. And whether it's talking them out, talking with a friend, but don't it's really important not to stuff those emotions this month. And this was kind of interesting. I got that this month, we may be hungrier this month, which I found kind of interesting. um they said that we might have the urge to, like, overindulge, over and eat. But they said to remember to have, those treats that we want, and um, that sometimes even just bring ourselves comfort. That it's okay to have those, but they said remember to have them in moderation. And they said, if you do have a drink, or if you're out, just to remember moderation. And they just said everything in moderation. So yeah, those were the key points that I got. But there was something that I want to share with you. Yeah, Annie, exactly. Yep, small snacks more often. Oh, Ron, I'm with you. Chocolate. I love chocolate. for those of you that know, knew I was away, we flew back on Wednesday, and when the stewardess came around, she's like, "Is there anything I can get you?" I'm like, "Chocolate? Do you have chocolate?" And she's like, "Well, no," but she had like a little granola bar with white chocolate, and I'm like, "You know what? That'll do," because I I wasn't eating. I was wanting chocolate because to me, chocolate is really comforting. But I want to share something with you guys that some of you know that I took a trip to Minnesota last week, and it was really an emotional trip. We were going back to check on family, and my stress levels were kind of through the roof. And before I went, I was talking to my angels and my guides, and I was just telling them that, what, I need extra strength for this trip, and I need extra support, and I just need to be loved and hugged on more while I'm gone um, because of the stress that I knew I was going into, and the thing with being intuitive and and reading energy, I I knew what I knew what I was getting into, and so even before I left, I was upset and crying because I could see the situation that I was getting into. But anyway, this is something that I wanted to share with you that some of you that checked in on me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you that checked in on me while I was gone and just were there for support and showing your love. And I mean, thank you doesn't even really cut it, but I am so grateful. So anyway, I we go to the airport on last Thursday, and we got to LAX, and we're sitting at our gate waiting for our plane, um, waiting to board our plane, and I look down into my carry-on, and I have it here. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but this is my carry-on, and it doesn't have a zipper. It's wide open. And so this carry-on, the night before we left, I took it. I have a patio right out here. I took it and I shook it from the bottom, and my husband was here. He hi Diana. He saw me. I went out on the patio, and I shook it and I shook it and I shook it. So there was nothing in there when I packed it. So I'm sitting at our gate at the airport, and I look down into my bag, and in this pocket, sticking out, is this angel feather. It's a white feather, and well, I tears started rolling down my face, because I mean, I had been calling on my angels and my guides, for strength and love for this trip that I knew was going to be so hard for me, emotionally, and not so much physically, but just mainly mentally and emotionally. I just knew it was going to take a toll on me, and it was going to be really hard. So that was my first my first sign from them that I I was being protected. They were supporting me, and that they were with me. And I mean, and it's amazing when we get these signs. It brings a level of calm, and you just go. I mean, you're going to be okay, but it just brings another level of, what, I'm safe. I know I'm going to be okay. And then from there, we had after we landed, we had a 2.5, 3 hour drive to where we were going, and we pulled off to take a break, and I opened the driver's side, and I look down, and my grandma leaves me dimes, and I hadn't seen dimes in a long, long time, because I've been good, but it's whenever I'm in need, and just things get kind of topsy turvy, is she never fails to show up. So I open the car door, and I look down, and I have a picture of it, and I'll post it on my community page. Um, the the picture of this feather in the bag of when I was um, sitting in the airport, and then when I opened, and throughout the rest of the trip, I I was finding dimes wherever I went. I mean, so you know, and I guess my message is to everybody out there. You know, we all have these times, and hello, hello, hello. Oh, Annie, I know. I had happy tears too. Hi, Lise. And so, you know, I guess the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because, you know, we all have, you know, times where in our lives that things, you know, things get tough, that and we have to handle them, and we have to handle them the best we can. But my message is that, you know, always reach out to your angels and guides. I mean, they are there. They're waiting to support us. They're, you know, and they do anyway, but when we ask them for specifics in what we need to help us, they they're there. They're there for us. And I just, yeah, I had to share that because, you know, sometimes, you know, we look at other people and think, oh, their life is just so great. Well, you know, this last week it was kind of it was a tough road on my end. And um I'm back, and I'm so happy to be back. And oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you, Ron. I found a dime 2 weeks ago that I keep. I love that. And so I bet that's one of your ancestors checking in on you, Ron. And I do the same. I keep all my dimes. My grandma leaves me dimes, and my cousin that passed 6 years, 7 years ago, she leaves me nickels and quarters. And so I have like a little altar, and I keep those things, you know, with my angels and my crystals on there. But anyway, yeah, I had to share that. So, you know, and with the holidays coming up, you know, it's just it the stress levels do increase when the holidays are near. And so just remember to take care of yourself, and, you know, give yourself that grace that, you know, you give so freely to others. And you know, if you have that need to retreat, do so. Listen to your body. You know, take that time, take that nap, you know, disconnect. And like Annie said, you know, find those, you know, your favorite programs, whether, you know, it be a comedy, or she said, you know, gardening or whatnot, you know, just fill up and watch those. Oh, she does, Diana. Oh, happy birthday to your mom, Diana, in heaven. Happy heavenly birthday to Diana's mom. And and you know, Diana, my grandma used to leave me pennies. I mean, when she died when I was fairly young, and I was, you know, and that was really before I really knew. But I mean, I kind of knew because I would find pennies like everywhere. And I was probably, I don't know, I want to say I was maybe like 8 or 10 when she died. And she used to leave me pennies. And as I got older, I made a joke with her one day. I said, you know, Grandma, I said, I love that you leave me pennies. I'm so grateful for these pennies. But I said, God, I said, can't you leave me anything? Can't you leave me anything better? And so that's when she started leaving me dimes. And so you can do that too. No, I have not, but I have it on my watch list. I've watched just a couple since I've gotten back. And I I am just, I'm really kind of still just kind of self caring, um, a little bit, just kind of trying to get back into the groove again. 2 days ago, I went to the ER because I had a seizure. I've had to have a CAT scan to check my brain. I look down and I see 3 dimes and a few pennies. Oh, Lise. First of all, I am so sorry you had to go through that. And I appreciate your vulnerability in sharing this with us here. And know that I am going to be sending you prayers and healing. And if that it wasn't a sign that you were being loved and supported and taken care of. And see, and that's the thing. I mean, sharing these stories, I mean, I just felt compelled to share it with you guys today. And look at this. I mean, look at look at the connection. Teresa, today is my daughter's birthday, but she doesn't. Oh, happy birthday to your daughter. Happy, happy, happy birthday. You know what though, Teresa, at some point she will. You know, it just I think everything comes in cycles. I mean, I remember when my guys were younger and they were, you know, they were out on their own. It was hard, but you know, they always come back. They always come back. Diana, wearing penny loafers and need a new pair every year for my growing feet. It was a thing. Do you put those pennies in your penny loafers, Diana? That would be really cool. You know, um, so you know that you're walking with your ancestors and your loved ones. Hi, Carolyn. He does. Your daddy leaves you pennies. I love that. Oh, and I'm so glad to hear that you're fine, Lise. But I'm gonna be still keep you in my prayers. And I'm going to watch that show tonight. I am gonna watch that show um with you and Allie. Yeah, I need that. That would be great. And Ron, I'm gonna be reaching out to you. Jay messaged me, and so I'll be reaching out to you. Ron, I also had an amazing thing happen on the 21st of October. I heard a very I heard very loud my dog that had passed on October whining. Oh, Ron, I remember you. I was watching one of your shows, and I remember you saying, "I am so sorry for your loss." I mean, I truly am, because you know when we lose our pets, they literally are like our kids, and they come back to console us, and I too will see my one of my special cats that I've lost. I lost a couple of them, and every once in a while I'll feel the bed go down when they hop on the bed, or otherwise I'll see, you know, it's just a flash. I'll see them going through the bedroom or through the living room. Oh, Ron, and that has got to bring such great comfort to you. That makes my heart so happy. And your wife heard it too. So yeah, yeah. Because so often we'll think that our ears are playing tricks on us. So and we just need to remember that no, it's just they are here. Well, you guys, I think. Oh, Diana, you're so welcome. And thanks, you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. My heart is so full and of gratitude and to all of you. I love and appreciate you guys. And Annie, thank you for reaching out and being support to me when I was having a tough time last week while I was away. You have no idea how much that meant. And to you know all my friends that you know may be watching, thank you for your love, and thank you to all of you guys. We are a soul family. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to have a wonderful month. It's going to be great. And we'll see you. I will be on with Allie, and I know I've got shows coming up. I just don't have them written down. But yeah, thanks to all of you guys. I love you. Oh, just one last thing, Caroline. My dad left a message on my mother's phone. We get oh, Carolyn, that is amazing. Thank you for sharing. Well, and those electronics, that's what, they love to come through on that. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a good month, and we will see you either on a channel or in the chat. And yeah, love you. Take care, everybody. See you soon.